March 1922. A remote farmstead hidden deep in the countryside of Germany. No neighbors nearby, no streetlights, just silence and darkness in the days before the murders. The man who lived there, Andreas Gruber, noticed something disturbing. Footprints in the snow. They came from the forest. They led directly to his house, but there were no footprints leading away. Someone had walked to the farm and never left. And that was only the beginning. The farm was known as Hinterkaifeck, a place cut off from the outside world. Living there was the Gruber family. Andreas Gruber, strict and controlling, his wife, Cecilia Gruber, their daughter, Victoria Gabriel, and her two children, young Cecilia Gabriel, and toddler Joseph Gabriel. Just days before everything happened, a new maid arrived, Maria Baumgartner. She had no idea what kind of place she had just entered. None of them did. In the days leading up to the murders, things inside the house began to change. Keys went missing. Tools were moved. Footsteps were heard in the attic, heavy, slow, deliberate. At night, Andreas would lie awake, listening, waiting. But every time he checked, the attic was empty, or at least it appeared to be. The previous maid had already left days earlier, claiming the house was haunted. She said she heard voices, strange noises, things she couldn't explain. Now, a new maid had taken her place, and whatever was inside the house was still there, watching, waiting. On the night of March 31st, 1922, one by one, members of the family were lured into the barn. No one knows exactly how. No one knows why they went alone, but inside the barn, they were attacked with hoe. Silently, brutally, first Andreas, then his wife, then Victoria, and finally young Cecilia. Each one killed before they could raise an alarm. The killer then entered the house, where the maid, Maria Baumgartner, was resting. She was murdered in her room, and in the final room, the youngest victim, 2-year-old Joseph, left defenseless. What makes this case truly disturbing is what happened next. The murders didn't end that night, at least not completely, because whoever was responsible didn't leave. For days after the killings, someone remained on the farm. Smoke was seen rising from the chimney. Animals were fed. The house was maintained. It was as if someone had simply taken the family's place, living there, sleeping there, moving through the same rooms, while the bodies lay hidden nearby. Days later, neighbors grew concerned. The family hadn't been seen. Something felt wrong. When they finally entered the property, they discovered the truth. Bodies hidden in the barn. Inside the house, a family completely wiped out. The scene was confusing, unsettling, almost staged, as if the killer had taken time, moved things, covered things, lived there, before disappearing. Investigators searched for suspects. They questioned dozens of people, neighbors, travelers, even those close to the family, but no one could explain the footprints, the attic noises, or how the killer remained unseen. Some believed it was someone the family knew. Others believed it was a stranger who had been living inside the house long before the murders began, watching, learning, waiting for the right moment. But no theory ever solved the case. The Hinterkaifeck farm was eventually destroyed, but the story never disappeared, because this wasn't just a murder. It was something far more unsettling. A place where someone may have been inside the house for days without being discovered, a family who noticed the signs but never escaped, and a killer who walked away without leaving a trace. No name, no motive, no explanation, just one terrifying possibility: that sometimes the danger isn't outside your home. It's already inside. If you're drawn to real stories that feel like horror, make sure to subscribe to Unknown Narrator, because some of the most terrifying cases in history don't come from fiction. They come from places like Hinterkaifeck, where something happened that no one has ever been able to explain.